Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the Hardcore MUFC. Um, and we're going to be discussing about the sale of Manchester United and who can actually buy Manchester United. Now, it's not been very public. We don't know who's going to buy it. It's expected by the next transfer window, not this January. We will have new owners, so there will be big investment coming into the club. Even Erik ten Hag has said that he thinks if there's going to be new owners, then that will be good because Richard Arnold, the Manchester United CEO, told him there's going to be more investment in the club, which is always good. And the price is going to be from around 6 to 7 billion. But when they say 6 to 7 billion, I think they're going to get it for 6 billion. 6 billion is already overpriced. I don't think United's worth anything more than four and a half, around from 4 to 4.5 billion. They're not worth anything more than that. And we did hear before United was for sale. So Jim Radcliffe said he was interested in buying United, but it isn't for sale. But now it is for sale. Will he be able? Will he buy it? We're gonna see. And companies that have been linked with it is Amazon, Google, and Apple. These are more than they got. Enough wealth to buy it, and it's we from I heard from I think it was the Daily Mail or Manchester. It's been said from many different sources, reliable sources as well, that and if any of these companies come in, Google, Amazon, or Apple, etc., all the big companies, they're expected to sell it for 9 billion. I don't think they are going to buy it for 9 billion. They got the money to do it, but I don't think they will do it. But if I had an option of any of these companies to buy it, then I would be more than happy for them to actually buy it. If I had an option from oil money or a company like Amazon, Google, or Apple, where a person who started off with nothing actually made a big company to buy it, I'd probably go with the Amazon, Google, and Apple because oil money, I don't mind it coming since there are lots of teams that do have it and are pretty successful. But the thing is, whoever owners gonna be, if they got the money from oil money, then they didn't really work hard for their money. They just got it and then they're just splashing the cash everywhere. But whilst let's say a person who made Amazon, he started off with nothing. He's made a warehouse. I know it's not relevant to United, but it's just a personal opinion. It doesn't for me. It's at the end, it's money, and for some people that might not matter. For me, it doesn't really matter. But if I had an option, I'd go for these. And we're not going to be. The thing is, we don't know if the new owners are going to be good or are not going to be good because it's most likely going to be good owners who's got lots of money. It could be owners like Glazers, but it's unlikely because the reason the Glazers have sold the club, it's because they've milked the club. They got everything they need to, and they don't want to spend any money on any more players because the Premier League has become more demanding. If you don't spend money, then you're not going to win titles. They don't want to build a new stadium. They just don't want to waste money. They just want to get money. And if there's another owner like the Glazers come who doesn't want to waste, he just wants to get, well, it's not really going to work out for him because the first thing a new owner should come is build a new stadium, which I don't think anyone like the Glazers does want to do. That's exactly why they're selling it. So whoever's going to come in will have big will be ready to invest big. Like an owner like Todd Bowley, he might not be as wealthy as Manchester City or Newcastle, but he's ready to do all what it takes for to bring Chelsea back competing with them because they are the most team that spent money in the transfer window. And when Thomas Tuchel was sacked, the very next thing is when January came, he's get like not what 3-4 months passed, and he gets a new manager, and he's now buying the manager whatever players he wants, and he's even ready to buy Enzo Fernandez for around 120 million euros at January. I mean, that's the type of backing I would want our manager Erik ten Hag to have, but whether clearly not getting the backing because he did say when he couldn't buy Cody Gakpo in January, and when they asked what if they were in for a strike, he said we're always in for players in the transfer market, but they also need to suit our financial situation. Which when he says financial situation, I'm pretty sure it clearly means that he's not getting backed, and the Glazers don't want to spend money. I think the only money that they're willing to spend is the 16 million. Well, I didn't really spend it because when Ronaldo got his contract terminated, they saved 16 million. So probably get a player for 10 million and then 6 million in his wages. For example, Turam probably get him for 10 million. I'm not sure if he's going to accept 6 million wages, probably a little bit more than that. But Another idea would be if we can sell some players. If we can sell some players in January and make up for the money for some a striker, that is an option. I would have gone for that option, and I'll tell you in a second who I'd sell. I would have gone the option if Cody Gakpo was available. But the fact that Cody Gakpo isn't available anymore, then we don't really have much option that's worth selling for. Joao Felix, we got if he's available for loan, which at the moment he isn't, but it is expected Atletico Madrid would change their mind if there's no interested parties in them. Yeah, he'd probably be he would probably the 8 million. It's been rumored 8 million around loan fee, and then he's gonna get 10 million around wages because the season we're pretty much nearly halfway through the season, so we're not gonna pay him the full season wages because Atletico Madrid have been paying for the first half. That is an option, but at the moment he's not available for loan. Thuram, 10 million. I think he's gonna want more wages than 6 million. Who else? Memphis Depay. I mean, come on, he's for free. He's probably gonna get 200,000. I won't go for Memphis. He's been a flop at Barcelona. He came to us. He was a United player. Didn't do great. I think it's just an emergency. If you just need a striker the last day of January and you have no other options and you got injured players, then probably go for Memphis. But if Cody Gakpo was available, then I would have sold probably Fred. He'd get us what 15 million, 10, 15 million around. I remember we got 16. Let's say Fred gets 15 million, unlikely, but imagine he does get us 15 million. We got 15 million, 16 million from Ronaldo. That's 31 million, and then how much do we need for it? 31. We need 6 more million. I'd probably sell Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka is not worth. He's worth way more than 6. He's worth around 15, 20. We bought him for 50 million, but would probably get around 15, 20 million for him, but we can guarantee a sale for 6 million because all what Liverpool bought him for is 37 million guaranteed, and then it was 13 million add-ons. And the add-ons don't have to come now; they're gonna come at the end of the season where we have a new. If Cody Gakpo was available, I would have sold a couple of players. Fred, I know then we don't really have a replacement for Christian Eriksen, but if we get Cody Gakpo and sell Fred Wan-Bissaka, we got a replacement. We can put Malacia as right back. We got Dalot as right back, and if it was really a big emergency, we'd put Lindelof as right back as well. But yeah, it's still not clear. It's from the Rain Group have said that their aim to sell the club at the first quarter of the new year. Today is the new year, so we expected in 3 months to be sold. Don't think it's gonna happen, but it's not really a point of being 3 months or even 6 months, as long as they sell it before the summer transfer market, then that would be good. Yep, that's the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys later. Catch you in the next one.